Hello and welcome everyone. This is Patty Bennett with PattyStamps.com. How is everybody doing today? I am very excited to show you these absolutely gorgeous cards. And you might recognize these. They are the Bird Ballad Laser-cut cards, but they have been altered. How's everybody doing today? I am very excited to show you these absolutely gorgeous. I'm sorry about that. Forgot to mute my iPad. But I wanted to show you how to alter these Bird Ballad cards to get them to be so beautiful and colorful. I learned this technique a couple of weekends ago when I was at a retreat, an all-day stamping retreat, and I made this card, and I just couldn't believe how beautiful it was. And so I went on to do it in another color palette as well. So I thought that you might enjoy seeing this. I really thought that it was beautiful. And the Bird Ballad note cards are in a tin. They come in this beautiful tin. And inside there will be a pack like this that is shrink wrapped. And then this is what the actual note card is like. So the front of it is laser cut and it is already attached. So you don't have to glue anything. You don't have to worry about gluing this to something else. And then the envelopes are so pretty. Look at that beautiful scallop on the envelope. So that is how they come. But let's look at how fun this is to alter them. This is the one I was saying that I did in the class. It was like an afternoon class. We had some extra classes that we could take at this retreat by Kirsten. She put this on. And so this is the one we made. But what I discovered was if you tuck a piece of paper in here when you're coloring the front, then you get a second card out of it. So that was my fun with this. And I made 2 cards out of that one idea. And then I went home and I used a different color palette to do these. So the colors that we used on the blue one were Bermuda Bay and Coastal Cabana. And you use a sponge roller brayer to apply the color. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I also pulled out Pretty Peacock. I thought we would try that where I just do one little bit of just a darker shade. So I thought we would see how that looks. And then on this color palette, I used Grapefruit Grove, Calypso Coral, and Terracotta Tile. I sort of mixed and matched. I did find that for me, the Terracotta Tile was a little bit muddy in color. It was just a little bit too brownish for my taste. So I really liked it better when it was lighter and it was just Calypso and Grapefruit. To me, that looked a little better, but that's kind of the fun of this, is to just, experiment with color, because I'm big on experimenting with color. And let me just show you that these lovely flowers and leaves are from my favorite stamp set called To a Wild Rose. And you probably remember, maybe, hopefully you saw that I did another video previously where I put the sprinkles, the pigment sprinkles on watercolor paper, got it wet, and then stamped the flowers and die cut them. And then I did a separate sheet with the leaves. So that's the flower and that is the leaf that I used. And then that's how you get all of these beautiful flowers. And this is the dies, the Wild Rose dies. And I've also used this frame back here, or I don't know, tag, frame, label, whatever you want to call that shape. I used a circle here, but on the rest of them, I did use that. So this, honestly, this is my favorite bundle in the whole catalog. If you like flowers, I think this is a must. I absolutely love that. So let me show you how easy this is to do. So you'll take your Bird Ballad Laser-cut note card, and then just, you can either do vanilla to match this, or you can do white. So you can see here that I used white for my piece that goes inside because that's going to make my second card. So I just tucked that piece in there, and you don't even have to like tape it or anything. It's kind of magical how this works. So we are going to grab the Grapefruit Grove, and these sponge brayers come in a package with 2 of the sponges, and you can also get the extra sponges. And that way, what I like to do is I keep one for like oranges, I keep one for yellows, one for reds, one for blues, one for greens, one for purples. I don't bother to rinse them out. I kind of think that's a little bit of a waste of my ink. So I just keep going with that color scheme on that roller. So if you noticed what I'm doing when I ink, I'm not just doing this because that will only ink like half of that wheel. So I'm pushing and rolling and pushing and rolling. And I'm picking it up so that it's getting inked around the whole thing. And then what I was doing was concentrating more ink at one end, and you just kind of keep going and letting the ink run out. And I hope this isn't making it all blurry, because I know that a lot of times when you're doing motions on a video, it gets a little blurry, but hopefully this is coming out well. So I'm just moving down the page, letting the ink lighten as I get to the bottom. And then I'm just gonna hold it up here and just come down to the bottom with just like 1, maybe 2 little light coats, not very much there, because I want this ombre effect of darker to lighter. Now you could totally just do the whole thing in one concentration. You can do more than one color, but now you have that piece and you have that piece. Like, how gorgeously amazing is that? So then you would just take your folded card. I just decided to do white on white. I thought that would look really pretty. So I just attached it to a folded white card for mine and added the sprinkles, pigment sprinkles, flowers, and the leaves, and a greeting. And then when you're ready to decorate this one, if you watched, I did a previous video where I either did this card or I might have done it with the birds. I can't remember for sure which one I showed, but I noted that if you put a circle or another label inside and you glue that on, and then you just attach your items to that circle, then you don't have glue sticking through the rest of here. I hope that makes sense. So that's what I did on these. Okay, well this one, so I lied a little bit, because on this one, I decided to put paper inside. But what I like is the beauty of seeing through the laser cut. So if you put a label inside to match the label outside, so you've got your glue sandwiched there and you have something to attach to, then these do not have glue on the inside. I hope that makes sense. So that is the Grapefruit Grove just by itself. You could come in and add a darker color if you wanted to, or even a yellow. That would look pretty. I think that would be nice. But then I also grabbed the blues, and I thought maybe we could do one with blue and add a little bit of the peacock just to see how that looks. Now, normally I would say it's probably smarter to try things like this before you go live, but we'll see. I hope it works. So there we go. And I hope you are enjoying this. I've lost my comments again on my iPad over here. I do not know why I can't see the comments. So I'm not even sure why I have the iPad on there, because I can't see your comments, and I'm sorry, but I'm trying to look at them on my phone a little bit up here and trying to see if I can see if anybody has questions. So like I said, I do keep one for blues. And since I might have had a bit of a darker blue on here, I'm just taking a little bit of that ink off. And then I am going to get the Coastal Cabana to start with. And I did tuck the white piece in there. So that's going to be our second card. We'll have one with laser cut and one that's just like a stencil. Okay, so we'll do some Coastal Cabana, and then we're going to go to Bermuda Bay, which is like the next darkest shade in that family. And we'll overlap that a little bit and add some of the Bermuda Bay a couple of times, just like we did on the Coastal Cabana. And then right at the bottom, I'm just going to do a little bit of the peacock. And I know this is going to be dark, but let's see how this looks. Oh, Debbie says that's okay. She just loves seeing what I create. That's so nice of you. Thank you. All right, so let's see how it goes. So this is the peacock. I'm a little bit afraid. Oh, it's going to be fine. Look how beautiful. That's going to be gorgeous. And we'll just enrich that color a little bit. Come up into the Bermuda Bay. Oh, this is going to be so beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad I tried that. How beautiful is this? So then you have your 2 cards to create. And again, these were the 2 that I did after seeing this idea from Kirsten's retreat. So that was the one on the laser cut. And it was just Bermuda and Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay, Coastal Cabana. And then obviously same here because this piece was tucked into there when I brayered. And so then I created those 2 birthday cards with that. And by the way, that peacock and olive ribbon is the perfect complement to this color palette. So then now I have more. I have those 2 and I have these 2 to work on. Yay! So I hope you enjoyed that. If you're watching this live, today is Thursday, August 29th. These cards will be on pattystamps.com Friday, August 30th. So if you're looking for the photos and the shopping links to all of this, you will find it at pattystamps.com on Friday the 30th. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you. I saw a couple comments go by, a couple hearts. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed this. And if you need any of these Stampin' Up! Supplies, you can always contact me through my blog. There's a contact me button. I'm happy to send catalogs or answer your questions, help you with your orders, whatever you need. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.